Hello people of the interwebs once more. Yes, I've not done a video for a very long time. I could honestly say how long it has been, a couple of months maybe. But I'm a big fan of, I've been watching a lot of YouTube. I've been on it a lot, every day almost. And I'm a big fan of a lot of the sort of established J-vloggers, as it were. And I seen a video from Mully, or as he is on YouTube, WarmothStrat. I'll put that in the description. And if you like Japan and rock and all that kind of thing, I think he's the man to check out. But I seen he did a video that was an accent challenge. And while I've got a bit of a slight irritation in my throat, I thought it's not affecting my accent any, let's give it a go. So I've got my phone here with all the things on it, on the list that I need to do. So I'm just going to go through them, and this will be my video in contribution to the accent challenge. So with 1 minute and 20 odd seconds through, let's get on with it. First question is, or first point should I say, is your name and or username. Well, my name, I'll just say, is James. My username on YouTube is JamboP26, and you can also find me on Twitter at Saku_Miku_. Don't forget that last underscore. A few people do, and that sends off to somebody else. Where are you from? Generally, East Scotland is the overall answer to that. But if I was going into more detail, I could tell you born in Dundee, brought up and raised in Forfar. I was only in Dundee for birth. Everything else is Forfar is my hometown. And I lived in Aberdeen for a year and 4 or 5 months, roughly. And quite nice up there. But I came back down here to my hometown to sort of finish life in this country, as it were. And now there's a list of words that I have to say, probably to help show the accent, so I'll go through the list of words and then we'll go on to the final questions. So, theatre, iron, salmon, caramel, fire, water, New Orleans, furniture, both, again, probably, Alabama, lawyer, coupon, mayonnaise, caught, naturally, envelope, Twitter, New York, and finally Crayon. Now we've got about 10 questions perhaps here to answer, so let's fire through them. How would you address a group of 2 or more people? Generally I wouldn't. But if there was a group of 2 or more people and I wanted to address them, I would probably say something like, alright, like that. It's a sort of short version of, are you alright, or how are you, or all that kind of thing, you know. Second question here, what would you call a sale of unwanted items on your porch, in your yard, etc.? Well, in Scotland such things don't really exist. That's more of an American thing. and obviously we would just simply know it as a yard sale. But if you were to do it in a field with a group of other people, maybe 50 odd people doing it from the boot of their car, we would call that car boot sale. That's probably the only version of something like that you'll find in this country. Damn thing's going off again. Third question is, what do you call a sweetened carbonated beverage? Damn tasty is what I call it. But on a serious note, I would simply call it fizzy juice. Although I've noticed online I call it soda, because most people globally know what soda is. But if I was speaking to someone here, I would simply call it fizzy juice. What do you call your grandparents? Simply granny and granddad. What do you call gym shoes? Now, I think there was a name for gym shoes here, but I can't remember what that name was. It's escaped me. Let's say we black fabricy things with the rubber sole, is it? They have a proper name here, but I've forgotten what it is. So I would just probably call them gym shoes, yeah. Choose book and read a paragraph from it. I don't really have a book. I've got a magazine sitting here. It's sort of Metal Hammer, the new metal edition, because I do love that style of music. So let's just take a random paragraph and fire away. Yeah. Let's see. Let's go. Right. We've got an article here about the Stud. The band fronted by Man Mountain and David Drayman. And let's just fire in. I'll do 2 paragraphs because these are quite short paragraphs. So, if this all seems a little rags to riches at this point, think again. This was a struggle for us, says Dan. We were from suburban Chicago, and there really wasn't a scene at all, apart from kind of a vague alternative rock. Dave continues, Smashing Pumpkins, Liz Phair, Veruca's Salt, yada yada yada. We were pretty much stunned for a while, and we had to build up a following and prove that we were an economically viable entity before some of the inner city clubs booked us. Something like that, yeah. Not much of a reader, but there we go. Next question is, what do you call the wheeled contraption in which you carry groceries at the supermarket? Simply a trolley. What is the thing you change the TV channel with? Doofer. D-O-O-F-E-R. Doofer. I've heard people call it doof knacker. I've heard people call it remote control TV thing. I call it doofer. Do you think you have an accent? Yes. Mainly because I've done videos and non-native English speakers have watched it and said there's bits they don't really understand because of my accent, so perhaps something I need to work on. Do you speak a second language? Kind of. I know a little bit of German from school. I know a little bit of Japanese from my self-study. I know bits and bobs of words from other languages. I wouldn't say if the question was simply, do you speak a second language, I would maybe say yes. But if the question was, do you speak a second language fluently, perhaps, I would maybe have to say no then. I'm far from fluent, but I can speak a little bit, maybe to get by or whatever. End the video by saying any 3 words you want. And I shall choose the words thank you for and watching. Yeah, so that's my accent challenge video. It'll maybe not be as professional as some other people's, but it records, the content is recorded on the camera. That's the main point of the video, I guess. So yeah, I'll try and put more videos up at some point, but we'll see what time brings, okay? So till next time, Johnny.